Hey everybody, it is Real Talk with Gilly coming to you with another installment on this beautiful Wednesday evening. So today I wanted to talk about and touch a little bit on connecting with our spirit guides. And because I've talked a lot about this, but I haven't really touched on the ways that we can communicate with them. And kind of what made me want to talk about this in particular is the fact that we can go on TikTok and we can scroll all day long to try and get our messages, or we can look for signs from the universe, angel numbers, whatever it may be. Look for these signs, look for all this information, when in fact, all the answers that we are seeking, or most of them, we can actually just know and find out by communicating with our higher self, our spirit guides, and God, or whoever your higher self may be, or your higher, yeah, or your higher power is what I'm trying to say. So, and for myself, I've learned that meditating, sitting in nature, and really just understanding that the messages will come through to you as they come through to you, and you'll get the messages that you need to get when they come, if that made any sense at all. So for myself, one of the more bigger things I've been wanting to do is connect with my spirit animal, or my spirit guide, which, the wolf, by the way, which I've kind of always known, even before I went on this spiritual journey, that I always connected to the wolf as a spirit animal. It was my favorite animal since I was little, but I could never figure out why I had such a high connection to it. And by meditating and getting into Madhgaya and everything else, I can say that I have confirmed that the wolf is indeed my spirit animal, which is really cool, by the way. And the beautiful thing is, and I've touched on this in other videos about talking about the 3D, 4D, 5D, right? And the beautiful thing is, guys, is you know how in mythology and different works of like medieval works and stuff, they have dragons, phoenixes, mystical beings, right? Well, come to learn that in some way, shape, or form, they do exist in a way, which is kind of cool. I'm not saying they exist here on Earth in this physical plane. That's not what I'm saying. They don't exist in that way. But I've also learned to connect to the spirit of the phoenix, which is basically, so the wolf and the phoenix are my two spirit animals, which is pretty badass, by the way. The phoenix, think rise from the ashes. Yeah, it's pretty cool, by the way. So for myself, knowing that the wolf and the phoenix are my spirit animals, I have been learning how to connect with them and to help guide me on my spiritual journey. And of course, my other spirit guides as well. The biggest piece of advice, guys, is seriously, like, if you're on there scrolling on TikTok, or you're trying to Google things, or you're trying to get your answers in other ways, stop it. We need to stop that. Stop it. If you can find a way to meditate, and I'm seriously, what I mean by meditate, I mean meditate. Disconnect from technology. Understand that, connect into the Mother Earth energy. Journaling, I know, is another great way. Start to just free write and just write whatever comes to mind, because then usually spirit can tap into that and then give you messages that way. But for myself, trying to connect with my spirit guides, I've struggled with this because I was looking for answers that are outside of myself. And I was on TikTok the other day, and I got this funny, it was a very, very clear message from this lady who posted a video saying, well, I have this message, and if this lands on your page, this is for you, whatever. Those kind of messages land on your For You page on TikTok. And it was very loud and clear. Get off TikTok, stop scrolling, and look outside of the sources you've been looking for your answer, because your answer is within here, or in your heart space. Listen, if you just stop and you listen for a minute, you'll get your answers. So it's like, okay, TikTok, okay, spirit guides, that was a pretty clear message, right? And I started doing that, and lo and behold, the first thought that comes to my mind, and I want to say You know those first thoughts that come to your mind, you want to say those are your own thoughts? No, they're really not. If you really are trying to connect with your spirit guides, they're actually speaking to you. I know it sounds like your own voice, but I promise you it's not. And for example, like the other day, I was struggling with trying to get a little bit of cash for food or whatever. It's the typical KC problems. Which I know are soon coming to an end, by the way, now that I'm getting my business off the ground. But I was like, okay. So I listened to my spirit guides, and I will say this too. My truck's been having a lot of issues starting. And how I know that this was this is how I know my spirit guides were speaking to me here. I started my truck, it started instantly. And the day before, it didn't want to start at all. And now my truck all of a sudden instantly wants to start and run. And then I drive, I was driving to Walmart for another reason, but I kept hitting every single light as green. Like all the lights, when they were red, they turned green. And it's like, okay. I ended up actually having to go back to my parents' house. That's once I listened to my heart space. And I was like, oh, geez, here we go. Like, oh, here we go. Now I have to go to my parents'. But I listened anyway, even though I didn't want to go there because of my mother and I at the moment. But I get there. She's downstairs. She doesn't even know I was there. Talked with my dad for a few minutes. And lo and behold, he helped me out. And I got the help I needed because I listened to my spirit guides, is my point with all of this. The whole point of what I'm talking about here. So listen to your spirit guides. And what I mean by that is when you get that download or that information where you don't know where the hell it came from, that is your spirit guides. That is your higher self trying to talk to you. And for the last few weeks, I was questioning whether or not that was the case or not. But that is actually the case, guys. And a lot of time, yeah, it's nice to get messages on TikTok. Yeah, it's nice to get your information from the internet. Yeah, it's what an age to be alive in, right? But quite honestly, guys, if you just quiet your mind and you listen to your heart space and you just sit that minute and meditate, and in that quietness, you're gonna get the answers you seek. Like, I've gotten quite a few answers already how to deal with my own situations right now that I'm dealing with that are causing some personal problems. I mean, I don't want to say anything specific, so I won't say anything specific, but I know my answers to the problems I was trying to have, especially with one of my bigger problems I've had for over a week now in regards to a certain individual. But like, now I know I'll just keep my mouth shut and I'll just do what I got to do. You know, it's amazing when, instead of trying to think with your mind, trying to think, you just go, okay, I already know what I want is here. I'm manifesting the fact that's already existing in the 5D. It's just the 3D has to catch up and play catch up. And then taking that time to meditate and really listen to what your guides have to say, what your higher power has to say, what your higher self has to say. It's all about taking that minute and just listening. And not listening with our ears, listening with our souls and our heart space. Because even if it's something you don't want to hear, our egos, they don't want to hear this shit, right? I mean, we got to learn to work with our egos, of course. We don't want to kill them off. But listening to your heart space, listen to your spirit guides. And I'm really starting to connect with the wolf and the phoenix spirit animals. I mean, I saw an eagle, and usually when I see an eagle, guys, it's my indication that it's somebody that I've known that has crossed over that is giving me a message of like saying, hey, I'm good, you know. So I got distracted by that, sorry. So actually, I know exactly who that was trying to give me that hello. But anyway, guys, that's basically the gist of this video for today, is listen to your guides, listen to your higher self, listen to your higher power, and really listen within, from your heart space, not with your ears, not with your head, and you'll get the answers that you seek. Okay, everybody. All right, so like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you all on my next video. Bye, guys.